AITA for exposing my best friend's husband as the person who had been sending me anonymous, threatening messages for a year. For over a year, I had been receiving anonymous messages on Instagram, by email, once through my work website. The messages escalated from unpleasant to frightening. I hired a digital forensics specialist to trace them. The IP address linked back to a device registered to my best friend's home network. I need to tell you who Priya's husband is before I tell you what he did, because understanding who he was makes it make more sense and simultaneously makes it make no sense at all. Dave is 40 years old. He is a secondary school teacher. He is the person who reads the news out loud from his phone at dinner parties and then looks around to see who agrees. He coaches his son's football team. He is, in every surface reading of him, completely ordinary. Priya and I have been best friends since we were 22. She married Dave 7 years ago. I was maid of honor. I have always found him slightly dull but fundamentally harmless. The messages started 14 months ago. The first few were vague, things that made me feel uneasy without being able to articulate why. Observations about where I had been or what I had been wearing that were framed as questions but felt like surveillance. Then they became clearer. I should be more careful. People were watching me. I should think about who I trusted. Then they became specific enough that I contacted the police. The police were limited in what they could do without digital evidence, but they took a report. I hired a digital forensics specialist out of my own pocket. It cost more than I want to say. What she traced, through the accounts used and the IP metadata she was able to access, led to a device on a home network registered to the address where Priya and Dave live. I did not tell Priya before I was certain. I spent 3 weeks being certain. I cross-referenced. I had the specialist review her findings twice. I told Priya on a Tuesday afternoon at my kitchen table. I had the documentation in front of us. She did not believe me for the first hour. Then she took the documents home. She called me 4 days later. She had confronted Dave. He had denied it for 2 days, and then on the 3rd day he hadn't. Am I the asshole? Update, 4 months later. Dave has not been charged. The police investigation is still determining whether the messages meet the threshold for criminal prosecution, and that process is slower than I would like. He told Priya he had done it because he felt I was a negative influence on her and had been taking her away from the family. Priya has told him, more than once, that she is a grown woman who chooses her own friends, and that a man who conducts a year-long anonymous harassment campaign against his wife's best friend is not someone in a position to have opinions about influence. Priya and Dave are separated. She is living in the family home. He is in a flat nearby. Priya and I have spoken almost every day since she called me. She has said that the part she finds hardest is not the betrayal of her trust, though that is enormous, but the fact that for over a year she was living with a man who was doing something frightening to someone she loved, and she had no idea. She says she is going through every interaction over the past 14 months trying to find the moments when she might have seen it. She hasn't found them. He was good at hiding it. I know she is grieving. I know what I told her cost her the version of her life she had. I would tell her again. She was living with someone capable of this and she needed to know. NTA or ITA, was she right to tell her? Comment below.